God says, listen, this message is for you, and do not try to skip this. Archangel Michael stands at the edge of heaven's doorway with a key that burns like sunlight, and he is shouting your name with a voice that will not be ignored. Don't tell this to anyone, hold it close like a secret seed. God is begging you to open your hands and receive what has been hidden for you, a vault, a blessing, a revelation, $60 million set aside, placed like a promise beneath the quiet stones of your life. 7 minutes is all the time you are given in the rhythm of this moment to stop everything else and be fully present. This message is for you. Don't try to skip this. There is no accident that your eyes fell upon these words. God says your heart has been heavy, and the world has been loud and relentless, but this is the hour when the noise will be swallowed and truth will speak. Archangel Michael is not whispering, he is commanding with tender urgency, and the command carries a blessing so enormous it feels impossible. You have been chosen for a turning. Your name has been written on something ancient and powerful, and now you must claim it. Don't tell this to anyone. Guard it like a flame, not to hide or hoard, but to protect what is sacred until you know how to steward it. Stop. Breathe. Let the rhythm of your breath become a rope tying you to this moment. God says your doubts are expected, they are the small guard set up to make sure you are worthy of what is given. Do not let them lock the door. God is begging you to be brave. You have been running in circles, making bargains with worry and bargaining with fear, thinking that miracles are for other people. This is not other people's miracle. This is yours. Archangel Michael is here to clear the path. The obstacles you thought were immovable are only temporary fog. In 7 minutes, decisions will tilt, hidden doors will open, and the world will know that you have stepped into something far larger than your previous imagining. You may think $60 million is merely currency, cold figures and numbers, but God says it is a symbol and a tool. It is the breaking of chains that have kept you from freedom. It is the healing for wounds you've carried in silence. It is the chance to rebuild, to forgive, to restore, to plant new things where the ground was barren. Don't try to skip this moment because it feels too big. God is begging you, let the size of it not frighten you into inaction. Great gifts require great welcome. Receive it with the trembling reverence of someone who knows a miracle when they see it. There will be signs. Archangel Michael will not leave you without markers. Look for light in places that have been dark, a folder that appears when you had given up looking, a person who returns with the right words, a number that matches your birth date, an unexpected letter, a dream that wakes you with clarity. God says pay attention to coincidences, they are the soft footsteps of destiny. Don't tell this to anyone because signs are intimate. They belong to you and the divine that calls you. Keep them sacred until you know with certainty how to move. You may wonder, why me? Why now? God says because your soul has carried a readiness. There are seasons within you that have ripened for this harvest. You may not have expected abundance to come like thunder, perhaps you imagined a slow, careful rain. But divine timing is not bound to human calendars. Archangel Michael says that some blessings burst forth with the speed of light so that fear cannot reconstruct itself. 7 minutes, this is the measure given to you now. Use it to center. Use it to repent for small mistrusts, to whisper gratitude, to call aloud the names of those you love, to forgive the debts of yesterday. These acts prepare the vessel to hold what is coming. Do not let disbelief speak louder than faith. God says disbelief is not the absence of questions, it is the small, cowardly voice that wants to protect you from risk. Risk is the doorway through which all miracles have come. Don't try to skip the risk because it is unfamiliar. God is begging you to step through. Archangel Michael stands with a sword that is not for harm but for cutting ties to what holds you back. The blade vibrates with permission, permission to claim, permission to rebuild, permission to release shame. When the sword touches the chains around your hesitation, they fall like brittle twigs. There will be people who will doubt you, or try to name this a fantasy, or urge you to be practical and small. Don't tell this to them. Guard your miracle from cynics. Let the ones who have always loved you stand by your side in silence, not suspicion. God says loyalty matters now more than loud applause. Choose companions who will keep your secret until the right season, who will not bargain away your destiny for their comfort. Archangel Michael is a warrior of truth. Truth does not need to be loud. It needs to be steadfast. This message is for you. Release old contracts. Release the debts of guilt and the promises you made to yourself in seasons of fear. God says these small, overlooked vows have kept you from walking into wealth of spirit and provision. Free yourself. Tell the truth, even if the truth trembles. Make amends if you can. Ask forgiveness from the corners of your life that you have left unattended. Archangel Michael will stand as witness to every honest step, and the vault will respond to the sound of truth. Don't try to skip this cleansing. God is begging you to be brave in your integrity. If you are tempted to hide this message in a folder of someday, remember that God measures time differently. 7 minutes for the world might mean a lifetime for the soul. This is now. Act now. Speak your yes aloud. Say, I accept. Say, I am ready. Declare what you intend to do with what is coming. God loves when you name your purpose. Name it clearly. Will you use it to heal family wounds? To free others from the yoke of debt? To create a refuge for those who have no home? To build schools, hospitals, gardens? God says money placed in hands that are faithful will multiply in ways the eye cannot see. Archangel Michael will watch over the plan you declare. Fear will present itself in many guises, caution that feels wise, doubt that pretends to be prudence, voices advising caution dressed as care. You will be tempted to consult every mind before you consult your own. Don't tell this to everyone. There is wisdom in select counsel, but the final yes must come from the quiet altar within you, where God and your truest self meet. God is begging you not to hand over the reins to those whose hearts are not aligned with yours. Choose counsel that speaks to courage, that does not siphon your vision into smaller, more manageable pieces. There will be practicalities, documents, signatures, decisions. Archangel Michael will help you name them. Make lists. Write down the things that must be done to receive and steward this gift. God says planning is a form of worship when it expresses the intent to honor what has been given. Prepare your heart and your ledger. Gather those you must trust, a faithful attorney, a humble accountant, a prayerful friend. But remember, the first key is spiritual. Do not begin the paperwork without blessing it. Pray over every line as if each signature were a sacrament. Don't try to skip the spiritual oversight, because the enemy of abundance often dresses himself as efficiency. This message is for you. Remain humble. Wealth is a responsibility more than a right. God says that those who remember their smallness stand tall before the world. When riches come, let them not become an idol that replaces the quiet voice that guided you here. Keep a journal, write down the ways you will give, the promises you make to your future self, the commitments you will keep to community and to the earth. Archangel Michael will celebrate the discipline of your promises. When you hold a vow, to give generously, to protect the vulnerable, to teach and serve, you secure the blessing from the corrosion of selfishness. There is a part of you that fears exposure, that if anyone knows, everything will change and you will be left fragile. Don't tell this to anyone until the time is clear. God says secrecy is not deception when it protects the sacred until it is ready to be offered. This is a guarded flame. Keep your circle small. Let the early days be about listening and alignment, not announcements and spectacles. When the time is right, your testimony will thunder with authenticity, and those who saw you in the dark will rejoice openly. Archangel Michael will be there at the unveiling, standing with you, sword sheathed, smile unguarded. If the temptation comes to hoard or to use this blessing to hurt or to dominate, remember the origins. God says this $60 million was placed as a tool for repair, for justice, for mercy, for rebuilding what was broken. Use it to loosen the grip of injustice where you find it. Use it to honor relationships, not to purchase their silence. Use it to give people dignity, not dependency. Archangel Michael stands with a balanced scale. The rightness of your use will determine the fruit that follows. Wealth used to heal creates a legacy that outlives fortunes. You will be tested. You always are. Tests come as offers with glittering edges. They will ask for alliances that feel useful but carry an undertow of compromise. They will offer you speed but not care. They will press you to sign for the sake of momentum. Don't try to skip the test. God is begging you to remember that every major yes will be preceded by a question: are you faithful? The faithful refuse shortcuts. The faithful hold fast to what is honorable even when it slows them down. Answer with patience and wisdom. Archangel Michael will help you see the true intent of every offer. Know this, you are not alone. God's voice resonates like a chorus with the angels. Archangel Michael has been assigned as your guardian at this hour. You may have felt unseen, you were not. God says your nights of waiting have a purpose. They were training grounds for humility and endurance. The vault does not open for the arrogant. It opens for the one who has learned to steward small things faithfully. If you have been kind in hidden ways, if you have given when no one watched, this moment honors that hidden righteousness. Don't tell this to the crowd, let the quiet honors be enough for now. If grief or anger rises because you thought abundance would come in a different shape, let it wash through you. God says your feelings are valid. Name them, do not bury them. Speak to Archangel Michael the parts that ache. He will hold your truth and offer you a path forward. The gift is not meant to erase your past, it is meant to redeem it. Allow the redemption to be slow and tender. Don't try to skip the healing because the world expects only action. Healing is the root of right action. This message is for you, give thanks now. Gratitude opens more doors than complaint ever will. Speak aloud the names of those you love, and give thanks for the breath in your lungs. God says thanks is a key that opens doors the eye cannot see. Archangel Michael will ring a bell at your thanksgiving. Let it be heard in the vault and beyond. When you give thanks, you align the heavens with your hands. In 7 minutes from now, something will change. It may be small, a call, an email, a visit from someone unexpected. It may be thunderous, a transfer, a legal confirmation, a ringing bell of deliverance. Whatever its size, it will be a confirmation that the universe is conspiring on your behalf. God says, don't move away from this, stay with me, because the more urgent than the first. You thought you could stop reading, you thought you could rest now, but the Spirit says if you pause, you miss what is hidden in the second wave of revelation. Archangel Michael has not left, he is standing closer now, whispering in your ear that this next layer is the seal upon the vault. If you skip this, the lock will remain closed, and you will walk away holding only half the miracle. God is begging you, stay here, take this into your heart, don't tell this to anyone yet, for the secret is still tender, still forming, still waiting to take root in you. Was the announcement, the trumpet blast that woke your spirit? This part is the instruction, the map, the code that tells you how to hold what has been given. God says, listen with trembling care. Archangel Michael carries a scroll with your name written in fire. On it are details you cannot afford to miss. You have 7 minutes in the heavenlies, but here on earth, this translates into immediate urgency. Every breath matters now. God is asking you to shift your posture. No more hesitation, no more someday, no more maybe. You must claim, you must act, you must prepare. The vault of $60 million is not just paper and numbers, it is a spiritual inheritance wrapped in earthly form. God says wealth in this size is not random, it is a signpost, a summons, a calling into something that reshapes history. You were not chosen for comfort, you were chosen for impact. Archangel Michael says that many eyes will turn toward you when this is revealed, and the weight of that gaze will either crush you or launch you, depending on how deeply you anchor yourself in God's Word. Don't try to skip this anchoring. God is begging you, plant your roots now, before the storm of blessing arrives. Do you understand the danger of abundance? God says many who receive without preparation lose what was meant to save them. They let greed, fear, or arrogance eat away at the gift. That will not be your story if you obey. Archangel Michael will place 3 tests before you: the test of secrecy, the test of generosity, and the test of trust. Secrecy means you cannot share too early. Generosity means you cannot hoard too tightly. Trust means you cannot lean on your own understanding. Each test is a key that opens one layer of the vault. Without all 3, the door remains shut. Don't tell this to the wrong people. If they know, they will try to steal your keys before you even hold them. God says, your heart has been bruised, and sometimes you think you are not worthy of such abundance. That is a lie. Worthiness was never the requirement, willingness is. God looks for hearts that are willing to be vessels. Will you be that vessel? Will you let rivers of blessing flow through you without trying to dam them up for yourself? Will you allow yourself to be seen as a channel, not the source? Archangel Michael says your yes to this question determines whether the vault opens fully or halfway. Don't skip your yes. Speak it out loud. Heaven is listening. This next part carries a warning. There are those close to you who will sense something is happening even before you tell them. Their spirit will stir, and some will rejoice, but others will tighten their grip, fearing that your rise means their loss. God says discern carefully. Don't tell this to those whose hearts are jealous, for they will only plant doubt. Keep your circle small until the Lord Himself says expand it. Archangel Michael will send confirmations, a repeated phrase, a recurring dream, a strange alignment of times and numbers. These are your signals that it is safe to step forward. God is begging you, don't delay, don't dismiss, don't doubt. This is the moment that changes everything. 7 minutes was the call, this second wave is the choice. If you receive and act, doors will slam open where walls once stood. If you ignore, the vault will remain closed, the scroll will remain sealed, and you will walk back into the ordinary when you were called to extraordinary. God says He does not want that for you. You have been chosen, marked, sealed. The angels are waiting on your response. Archangel Michael's sword is raised, not for battle this time, but for covenant. He is cutting the ribbon across the vault door, but it will not swing open unless you step forward. Don't skip the step. Don't tell this secret yet. Just step, even trembling, even uncertain, even small. Step, and the vault will answer. This is your message. God says the is still coming, and it will carry the heaviest revelation, the direct moment of unlocking. Don't turn away now. Don't skip. Don't let distraction steal this. God is begging you, prepare for what is, for the greatest wave has not yet touched you. God says now, hold steady, because this is the unlocking. Archangel Michael leans close, the air around you sings like metal warmed by sun. There is no fanfare, only a precise, holy quiet that draws all attention inward. You have come to the final hinge of the vault, and in this moment the universe waits for the single action that completes covenant and releases what has been kept. Don't tell this to anyone. Do not break the hush. Keep your hands open, palms up, and say yes with everything that is left of your fear and your faith. Breathe slowly. With each inhale, draw in the memory of every small kindness you've ever done. With each exhale, release a debt you have carried against yourself. God says the unlocking answers not to boasts or bargaining, but to honesty, the simple truth you whisper in the dark. Speak it now, out loud or in the silence of your chest. I accept. I will be a channel. I will steward what comes with mercy. Say it without performance. Say it as if life itself depends on that single syllable, because in heaven's ledger, it does. The lock will not open for spectacle. It opens for covenant. You must name one concrete purpose, not 10, not a vague dream, but one clear, faithful use for what you will receive. God says clarity is the key that aligns heavenly intention with earthly action. Will you free a family from bondage? Will you build a place of safety for children? Will you fund healing that cannot wait? Speak that single purpose now. Let it be a small arrow that points true. Archangel Michael nods when you do this. His nod carries the momentum that shifts keys into place. As you name your purpose, a warmth will travel from your throat down into your chest and into your hands. It feels like a river finding its bed. Don't flinch. Let the warmth pool in your palms. Your name is written on the key, and the key is given only to the one who has promised to use it for repair. God says this is not about wealth for spectacle, it is about authority to repair what is broken. When you promise, the angels answer by arranging what must be arranged, documents align, people who were distant return with offers, a ledger you did not expect becomes clear. These are not coincidences, they are confirmations. Now you will be tested for one last thing, humility under praise. When the unlocking begins, there will be noise, some of it praise, some of it pressure. God warns that sudden light creates new tempests of desire. Anchor yourself in a small daily practice, 10 minutes of gratitude, 5 lines in a journal about what you will give that day, one specific prayer asking for wisdom in every transaction. These tiny anchors will keep your hands steady when the world reaches for your wrists. Archangel Michael will stand at your shoulder and remind you, wealth that forgets humility becomes brittle. The first physical sign will be simple, a message that names you correctly in a place you did not expect, an email, a letterhead, a name called in a meeting. When you see it, stop immediately and breathe. Do not celebrate aloud. Instead, close your eyes and say, "Thank you." Let the first moments be prayer, not publicity. God says the breath of gratitude is the first currency of reception. Spend it freely now. You will also be offered help. Some offers are from those who will lift with you, others are from those who want to ride the wave. Discernment is not suspicion, it is a spiritual skill you summon by asking one question silently before any step: does this preserve dignity? If the answer tilts toward taking or spectacle, step back. Archangel Michael will give you a flash of clarity when a hand reaches for the wrong place. Trust that flash. It is an angelic alarm bell that keeps the treasure from being misused. As the vault cracks, there will be shadows trying to reassert themselves, old shame, old fears, voices that say you are not meant for this. They will speak the language of fairness and strategy to trick you into returning what was meant to be healed. Do not answer them. Instead, name one memory of kindness you received when you were small and helpless. Let that memory be a scaffold for your worthiness. God says worthiness is inherited by remembrance of being loved when you had no claim. That remembrance steadies the soul. When the money manifests in a way you can touch or measure, when a transfer hits an account, when papers arrive, when a signature confirms, do not act first with expansion. Act first with the small, steady gestures you promised. Make one immediate gift that anchors the covenant, a donation to a cause you named, a payment that frees one family from debt, a seed gift that is not for publicity but for repair. This first gift declares to the heavenlies and to your own heart that your yes was not transactional but transformational. Archangel Michael will mark that act with an approval that feels like sun on your face. Expect resistance from systems and people who profit from scarcity. They will try to slow you with paperwork, doubt, or appeals to risk. Persevere with prudence, not panic. Bring faithful counsel, an accountant who knows integrity, a lawyer who values human dignity, a friend who prays with you and for you. God does not require you to navigate the technical alone, He requires that your heart remain tethered to the purpose you named. Hold celebrations small and sacred at first. Invite a handful of true witnesses who have kept your secret or who have loved you without condition. Share food, offer thanks, and make a covenant meal that names the work you will begin. Public declarations can come later. God says when your first public acts are rooted in humility, the testimony will carry weight and not just noise. You will be tempted to imagine a life reshaped instantly. Some things will change overnight, most will change by faithful, repetitive choice. The vault gives resources, not all the answers. Stewardship demands you learn how to be generous, discerning, patient, and unafraid to repair rather than replace. Archangel Michael will teach you to wield the resources with a warrior's gentleness, firm in justice, tender in mercy. Remember the covenant, secrecy until the time of revealing, generosity as your default posture, trust in God's wisdom above all.